Alright, sports fans, I think we are live. This should be... Let's see. Yes, we are live. So, we're going to be having a live watch party here for the Breakers against the Stallions game. So, hello everyone. I'm going to put up a poll real quick of who you think will win this game. I think I said Breakers, Stallions. That was last week. This week is Bandits. Alright, so make sure to vote on that poll. And, that should have worked. I don't know why it's not appearing right now. But... So, comment who you have winning this game, if you have a score prediction. Alright, so... the game's probably going to start in about a few minutes. So, yes, we are live. Okay, I just wanted to double check that. So I don't know why my poll didn't work. I'm going to retry that. So, I just tried to put out a second poll. So if you see two for some reason, because I can't see a poll, which is very strange. My polls are not working. 1 second, let's see if I can try to figure this out. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, I don't know why it was doing that. But, Stallions, Bandits, oh, that's right. I just saw Alex Magoo, and there was tons of... So he's active today, I know that. But there were several players listed as questionable. I actually did a video on that. So, I did a video on that yesterday. But here we go. Inactives for today. So, both quarterbacks for the Stallions are active. Jamar Smith and Alex Magoo. So, make sure to vote on that poll. With who you think will win. Comment if you have a score prediction. But inactives tonight for the Stallions. Quarterback Montel Kozar, who was the quarterback they signed when Alex Magoo got hurt. Linebacker Lorenzo Burns. Bobby Holly, their fullback. Linebacker DeMarcus Gates, who had a monster game last week. Other inactives include Matthew Snow, an offensive tackle, Kerry Angelon, a tight end, and Chauncey Haney, a defensive end. So definitely some big players the Stallions are going to be without tonight. And for the Bandits, let me check. Their inactives are... I know Teamu is active. Obviously, why would he not be? Alright, let's see. The Bandits' inactives are cornerback Christian Campbell, safety Obi Melafanu, safety Stephen Griffin, defensive end Makai Brown, offensive lineman Bruno Reagan, offensive lineman Juwan Burchell Betty, and Hasey DeBois, a wide receiver. I don't know how to say his name, but I tried to say his name. So, the game is about to start, I believe. I'm just getting the score ready. I can check my score prediction for you guys. That I said in my predictions video. So it is 7:04. I believe this game was scheduled to start at 7. I'd scheduled my stream for 6:50, but I was a little bit later than I wanted to be. So as you guys jump on, just make sure to comment if you have a score prediction. That's what I was doing. I was checking my score prediction. Comment who you think will win this game. Make sure to vote in the poll. So now, linebacker Scooby Wright for the Stallions is active. Their other dynamic linebacker, DeMarcus Gates, is inactive for this game. So that is definitely not the greatest, as both quarterbacks, Alex Magoo and Jamar Smith, are active. Let's see if, in this pregame press conference, or interview, if Skip Holtz names a starting quarterback for this game. Otherwise, we'll just have to see when the starting quarterback runs onto the field. So Alex Magoo is the starter tonight because Jamar Smith was questionable with an illness, and he's still, according to Coach Skip Holtz, still not feeling 100%. So Alex Magoo is going to start this game. And for the Stallions. And the Stallions are set to kick this away to the Bandits. And the Bandits and Jordan Teamu will have the ball to start as they send it away. And we are officially underway. As there's a return up to the 38 yard line. As I can officially put this up. Bandits nothing, Stallions nothing. So I'm going to end this poll in a few minutes, so make sure to vote if you haven't already. And my score prediction I said in the video was 28-24. So Teamu and the Bandits offense onto the field. Teamu is one of the league's best quarterbacks. From the 39 yard line, Teamu not play action. That is a run. I need to pull up the Bandits roster. I've done so many Stallions games. I have a lot of these players on the Stallions memorized. And I don't remember any of the Bandits. 2nd and 7 from the 42 yard line. Oh, they jumped off sides. Go deep, go deep, go deep, go deep. That is not very deep, but that works too. That is up to the 30-something yard line. Now they're going to decline that penalty. So, what was I saying? So, offsides, that's going to be declined. Good awareness there by Teamu. Apparently they didn't have anyone going really deep, but good awareness there, as they're now at the 30, whatever. There's a run up the middle for about 7-8 yards. Alright, so I'm going to end this poll, so make sure to comment. And if you haven't, what are you watching on? Like, what channel? I'm watching on... Sorry, I just saw your comment. But this is on Fox. Who do you have winning this game? So 2nd and 3. That is handoff to number 28, who gets the first down. Number 28 for the Bandits is BJ Emmons. So, what was I saying? First and 10 at the 22 of the Stallions for the Bandits. Good opening drive so far. Play action. Out to number 4, who gets about 3 yards. Number 4 on the Bandits is Derek Dillon. Oh, he had a big game last week and a big touchdown. Yeah, he had a 64-yard touchdown last week and he's got 7 catches for 135 yards and 1 touchdown. Go Stallions. I think the Stallions have a good chance. They are without their star linebacker, DeMarcus Gates, and a few others, but they are still in a much better position than when they would be if they were without all the questionable players. There is Emmons, breaks a tackle, gets back to the line of scrimmage. So now, I've noticed you on a lot of my streams, so you must be a Stallions fan. And you've said go Stallions in just about all of them. So now, who should the Stallions be starting? Jamar Smith or Alex Magoo when both fully healthy? But Coach Skip Holtz of the Stallions did say Jamar Smith was available. He just wouldn't be starting this game because he had an illness earlier in the week and didn't practice much. 3rd and 7 for the Bandits. Play clock winding down. Do get the snap off. Teamu. Free rusher. Too far. For, I believe that was the tight end, Kellen O'Grady. Yes, I'm a big fan of the team. Let's see, who was that intended for? I think that was O'Grady. The 85, he's the tight end, I believe. Let's see. I think he was running like a wheel route. 80-something, I couldn't tell. That was, yes, Kellen O'Grady. As the field goal is good. 10:44 remaining. Great opening drive there for the Bandits, taking advantage of that. Early offsides. Taking a shot down the field. Capitalizing on the penalty. So that brings us to the first commercial of the game. So, in the poll, which I ended a few minutes ago, several people, or it was more the Bandits than the Stallions. I believe that could probably be because of several injuries or players out the Stallions have. But I still think this game could go either way. Both teams are very good teams. The Stallions are obviously the only remaining undefeated team. And in the poll I put out a few days ago, in the community tab of my channel, so make sure to check that out if you haven't already. I put weekly polls out, and just polls for any random things. Who do you think will win this game? I put one out for who's going to go number 1 overall in the NFL draft last week. And in that poll for the Stallions Bandits game, the Stallions had 61% of the vote, Bandits 39%. So the Stallions do have the advantage here, or according to those people who voted. So now we're going to see Alex Magoo in his return from injury. So I actually thought he played very well in up till the ankle injury in the season opener. Victor Bolden back deep to receive the kick for the Stallions. As the Bandits kick it away to the Stallions. And that is actually a touchback. Something you don't see very often in the USFL, because you're kicking the ball from the 25-yard line rather than the 35-yard line like the NFL or college. So you see very rare touchbacks. There's only been a few this season. As here's Alex Magoo, 55 yards, a touchdown, and an interception in the season opener against the Generals, where he did leave due to injury. Jamar Smith is on the sideline for this game, but he's still available. So from the 25-yard line, Magoo and the Stallions offense, 1st and 10. CJ Marable goes out wide. High throw intended for Marable, unable to bring it down, which is actually a better thing because of he probably would have lost a few yards. And something to note for there was an a rule change this week. So now the clock will not stop as you see it running right now after incompletions in the 1st and 3rd quarter. So in the 2nd and 4th quarter it will stop, but it will not on. Wow. Oh, that's a read option. Magoo falls down after about 15. I thought the running back got swallowed up in the backfield, but Magoo pulled it. Sorry, I just realized I had the Bandits spelled wrong. I typed it in really fast. And now I have caps lock on. But they do have 3. Sorry about the spelling error. So now, Magoo did miss 2 weeks with the injury. But he looks good to go, especially running like this early. I like the designed option right there. I like how they can use the Stallions use the mobility of their quarterbacks to their advantage. We saw a few with Jamar Smith, and now we see them with Alex Magoo. So now, Magoo had a incompletion, then a run, and then we are waiting to see this 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Quick pass out to CJ Marable, who gets about 7 to bring up 2nd and 3. Yep, 2nd and 3 for the Stallions now. CJ Marable's got 134 rushing yards this season, and that'll add to his total as he gets about another 4. So that brings him to 138 rushing yards, if my math is correct, which I'm pretty sure it is because I said 134 before, right? I vote for Stallions. Okay. I think the Stallions probably... I think this could go either way again. But they're two really good teams. Just got the snap off. Magoo, under pressure. Quick pass to Osiris Mitchell, I believe that is. Yes, that's Osiris Mitchell. Do you think Magoo will play well despite being injured for so long? I would watch his running ability, but he's been out for 2 weeks. And he looks okay so far, as he just threw a good pass on the run right there. Had a designed run or a read option earlier in the game, so he looks okay as of right now. But yes, I think Alex Magoo will play pretty well this game. Second and 4 for the Stallions. Magoo under pressure, chased, fires back across the middle to Victor Bolden, who gets about 3. There is a flag, so it could be roughing the passer. I'm not sure. Let's see what this flag is. Illegal shift on the Stallions, so that will replay second down after a loss of 5 yards. Second and 9 now. Victor Bolden ranks first in catches, targets, all-purpose yards, and third in receiving yards. As you see, the Stallions like to get the ball into his hands. Magoo under pressure, and he'll go down for the sack. The ball came out, but he was down. He was down. As there's the strength of that pass rush for the Bandits. Great defensive front. He was sacked by number 56. I believe that was his number, 56. Yep, 56. That is Travis Freeney, linebacker out of Washington. Magoo, I missed what happened there. He was taken down again, I think? Let's see. Oh, yeah, unblocked rusher. Tried to step up, then the defensive tackle came into the gap. Just nowhere to go there for Magoo. Something to watch for is him taking these hits early. Because he did have the ankle injury. So, if his ankle isn't good, which he looks okay so far, but Jamar Smith, the backup for this game, is not 100%. Just got that punt off, and the Stallions had given up 3 sacks all season and already 2 tonight. There's an outside return up to the 45-yard line before going out of bounds. There is a flag that'll probably come back. Davis was the returner, number 81 for the Bandits. Let's check who he is. Rashard Davis, a wide receiver out of James Madison. Yep, that'll come back. Holding on during the return on the Bandits, sorry. So no, that is definitely not going to help their good field position, as Tayamu and the Bandits offense are going to come back onto the field. If Bandits can keep up the pressure, Bolden won't have time to use his speed to get down the field. Yeah, and who was it? They were against the Gamblers. When they were throwing him a lot of quick screens and stuff like that. I'm going to check that game against the Gamblers now because I'm curious. But, so I think we can see them potentially just do something like that, because this pass rush has looked very good so far. But that game against the Gamblers, Bolden was he had 12 targets, 8 catches, 39 yards. So yeah, averaging under 5 yards a catch there, because they were using him in a lot of quick screens. As I said, they looked his way 12 times. Stallions need to get the run game going to take pressure off the quarterback, definitely. Because especially when the pass rush is looking this good so far. I mean, they've run the ball, twice? One was on a read option where Magoo kept it. Yeah, they've ran the ball twice. Marable 1 for 4, and Magoo 1 for 15. And that run with Magoo was on the read option. So even if they choose to go read option here, I really don't hate that. Because I do think Magoo can use his legs to his advantage. And as I mentioned in my preseason predictions video, like my overall season predictions, I mentioned Magoo being an MVP candidate because of what he can do with his arm and his legs. I still think he can be a good runner even after his injury, because he's looked okay so far. Teamu with Washington in the backfield, Juwan Washington, as they go and on a rotation between Emmons and Washington in the backfield. As I just missed what happened there. But they did lose yardage, so let me check what happened there. Yeah, Juwan Washington just rushed for -4 yards. Bolden has to move to get separation and speed for deeper throws. He does, which is why I was very confused when they were using him a lot for the short game. As there's Teamu, who gets almost all that yardage back to bring up 3rd and short, 3rd and 2. They're gonna mark it 3rd and 2, but that should be 3rd and 3. That should be 3rd and 1. But yeah, Bolden is a very good receiver, which is why I was confused when they were like only throwing him screens in the game against the Gamblers. So 3rd and 3 here, they could really run the ball, or they could go through the air. O'Grady in motion. Play action, quarterback, read option. Teamu gets the first down, and late flag comes in. Doesn't look like it's on the tackle, because Teamu chose to get tackled rather than slide. So let's see what the penalty is. This, who knows, this may come back because holding ruins everything. Yup, it is holding. It is on the... Not really sure I agree with that call. I mean, maybe a little, but that's a questionable call right there. He maybe held him a little bit, but it looked like the defensive back was holding him more than the receiver. 3rd and 5 for the Bandits. So now I would expect a pass here. Teamu, timeout Bandits before the snap. So far Jordan Teamu is the leading rusher in the game. 2 carries for 19 yards. So both these quarterbacks, they have the ability to use their legs, and I think based off what we've seen so far, they will. I definitely think we're going to see the quarterbacks used a lot, either scrambling or used in the quarterback run game, as we've seen both teams call read options so far. So as we wait for them to come back from commercial break, so both teams have actually ran their quarterback. Actually, that's not true. Never mind. The Bandits have definitely leaned on the run game a little bit heavier so far. They have 7 carries, only 2 pass attempts. Obviously, there was a few designed pass attempts where Tayamu took off running. And the Stallions have only run 5 plays, so. I've noticed most of the quarterbacks are hesitant to throw. Hesitant throwing. Sorry. Let me start over because I'm not reading that correctly. I've noticed that most of the different quarterbacks are hesitant to throw, allowing the coverage to close gaps and force and block or intercept. Yes. There's definitely been a lot of times where the quarterbacks look that way and then they've decided to go not that way. There's a deep shot that they're going to call pass interference on that for the Bandits to get a first down. But now, but getting back to your comment in 1 second, intended for Derek Dillon, pass interference on the Stallions. Now that should be. So the USFL is a weird rule. So now I don't necessarily hate the rule that if you interfere with them. Let's see. Maybe he did hold on to him a little bit, but, yeah, okay, I could see the interference there. But, yes, that was just a 15-yard penalty. Whereas if the guy were to, tackle him down the field, as there's a false start in the Bandits' offense, I believe. Some kind of pre-snap penalty. Delay a game, sorry. I just saw a pre-snap penalty, so I assumed it was a false start. But as I was saying, with the if the person gets if the player gets tackled down the field, then it would be a spot foul. So I just feel like it's a judgment call where you usually don't I would try to eliminate judgment calls as much as possible. There's a flag on the field going deep and out of the reach of the defender for the interception. I think there was probably an offsides right there because I saw it come out right after the snap. I was looking over here, so I didn't see the very first second of it. But, so now, I think they're going to get that. No, what happened? I don't know. Maybe they picked up the flag? Sorry. I don't know what happened right there. But 1st and 15. No, 1st and 10. And Tayamu goes down. So Tayamu sacked right there. But there is another flag down, so we've seen a ton of flags so far this drive. Let's see, what's this penalty? So we've got illegal hands to the face. Or illegal use of hands, same thing. And the penalty was declined by the Stallions to now bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 17 as they chose to go with the results of the play, which was a 7-yard loss for a sack. Stallions rush 5, Scooby right free off the edge before picked up as Te'amu gets that to Kellen O'Grady, who he was spun around 5 times before the guy decided he was actually going to tackle him. No, sorry, that was not Kellen O'Grady. That was Washington, number 88. I don't know if his name. That was Daquan Hampton. Sorry. I'm not very familiar with these Bandits players, as I haven't really seen them play a ton. 3rd and 12. That was actually a play without a flag. So 3rd and 12 for the Bandits. Low snap. Te'amu out to the running back, 29. That was Washington. Just out of his reach to bring up 4th and 12. He led him a little too far up the field. And now the Stallions are going to get that football back. Just a little swing pass. And Te'amu thought he was going to keep going up the field. 4th and 12. Fielded by Victor Bolden, who is then tackled. I prefer to see the overhead view, like how they typically show on opponent. I don't really like the drone cam. Yeah, it's cool, but like I prefer to see it from up, like how they usually do it. Like, as just like it's a normal play, because it is a little confusing sometimes, because you can't tell where they are in the field. But they were just doing a little profile on Victor Bolden. Leads USFL in targets, catches, and all-purpose yards. Was the first wide receiver off the board in the USFL draft. So Magoo now back on the field with 35 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Bolden lines up in the slot as that is a run, and he gets out of it. But he gets out of the tackle attempt, I should say. Breaks the tackle before being tackled down. Now, they could just choose to run this all the way back. Oh, that was CJ Marble. Here's a cool helmet cam replay. As number 6, he just came right through the gap. And he was not able to bring him down, allowing Marble to get and make it be a loss of like 5 instead of 7. But number 6 on the Bandits is... And by the way, end of the first quarter, so let me change this to second quarter. And then we will find out who number 6 is. There we go, quarter number 2. Number 6, he looked like a linebacker. Yes, linebacker Christian Sam out of Arizona State. So 3-0 Bandits. At the end of the first quarter. So many plays where I think throw it, and by the time the quarterback does its late coverage and the gap is closed, NFL level quarterback versus USFL level speed decision. Yeah, it's an area where the play isn't as high of a level. But then also, sometimes just because you could see it from like the view of the camera doesn't mean the quarterback can necessarily see it, or whoever the player is, which is why this new helmet cam in the USFL is an extremely cool feature. So, Magoo and the Stallions offense have the ball at their own 25-yard line. And they have 2nd and 15 coming up after CJ Marble had a run that went 5 yards in the wrong direction. So neither team has been able to throw the ball extremely well. Really not much offense for the Stallions. They have 14 rushing yards and 13 passing yards. And for the Bandits, 32 rushing yards and 8 passing yards. So a defensive first quarter, as each team only has 2 drives, and we've only seen a total of 21 plays and 53 total yards. As they're back for the start of the second quarter. So 2nd and 15 as the second quarter begins. And now, in the second quarter, the clock does stop on completions. Blitz brought by Tampa Bay. Quick throw to Victor Bolden, who gets that negative run yardage back to bring up 3rd and 10. Good job by Magoo to get that ball out quickly. As he was under some heavy pressure. So now 3rd and 9. Sorry, I said 3rd and 10. It was 3rd and 9. So 3rd and 9. Magoo in shotgun. Marble motions into the swap. Magoo steps up. He's going to run for it, and he slides down. I think he's just short of the marker. It looks like when he slid, he tried to have his feet go under him, so he wasn't necessarily down yet, but I think he's going to be just short. Yeah, 4th and 1. But good job by Magoo to someone who's coming off of an injury to not force anything. 1, in the passing game. Or 2, take an unnecessary hit. As it appears they're going to punt it away. They're measuring, as they have a chip inside the ball. So, and he was... Oh, he got it. He got the first down. I thought he came up short. But with their official measurement, he got the first down. As for the run game, it appears the defenses are going to get the runners, whoever they don't have the strength or skill to stop runner quickly, allowing those 5 to 6 yard runs. And then we got another comment, go Stallions. So, yeah, it seems like the defenses have been pretty good on the run game, specifically the Bandits' defense so far, but Magoo has been able to hurt them with his legs so far. As here's the replay again. I think he's short. I still think he's short. Because when you're giving yourself up, it's when you... Yeah, he should be down at the 39-yard line. Yeah, Tampa Bay is now challenging this. Good challenge, because even though they have the official measurement, that's probably where the ball ended up, and not when he was officially down. But good challenge here by the Bandits. This should definitely get overturned. He should be down at, I think, the 39-yard line. So that brings up an interesting decision. Let's see. Yep, 39-yard line he's down. But that does bring up an interesting decision of if they're going to go for it or if they're going to punt this ball away. It looks like he's about a full yard short. They're taking a long look at this. Go Stallions, another Stallion fan. or person rooting for the Stallions this game, as they're currently reviewing a play, and the ruling on the field is 4th down. He was a half yard short, so Tampa Bay won the timeout and is not charged with the timeout. So now 4th and 1, it appears as the Stallions are going to go punt this away. And just as they show at the sideline, it looks like there's a pretty good crowd there. Not necessarily what it was last week, but still a pretty good sized crowd for the Stallions as they're going to punt this ball away. Looks like the Bandits are going to come bring pressure and try to block this. They have a bunch of people lined up. Not really that close to blocking it. Fielded at inside the 10, I would say. I can't really tell. And yeah, definitely inside the 10, maybe even inside the 5. And tackled at about the 17, 18 yard line. $13:28 remain in the second quarter. 3-0 Bandits. And they, let me check the official marking, 18 yard line. Tampa Bay is at their own 18. What did I just do? Okay, I fixed it. So now, the Stallions have been shut out so far. And, they've been shut out so far, through the first and second quarter so far. We're only 2 minutes into the second. But, for one of the better offenses in the league, I believe they're the best offense. That is definitely not necessarily the way they wanted to start. So, Tayamu and the Bandits offense will head back onto the field when they return from this commercial break. As they're showing the games next Sunday. And I will explain what game we're going to be doing a live stream for later, so make sure to stick around for that. As they're showing how the Bandits have had a very up and down season. They had the closest game in a 1-point game, the largest comeback, the most points scored in week 3. Three points, not much of a shutout. Stallions still playing strong. Yeah, I was just saying because of how good the offense has been, but their defenses look very good too. There's a quick run up for about 4 yards. I can't keep these running backs straight for the Bandits. So their running backs are B.J. Emmons, who's number 28, who's in the game now. And then Juwan Washington, who's number 29. There's play action. Tayamu escapes the sack attempt and throws a strike to number 85. I believe that is Kellen O'Grady. Yes, I believe that's... let me check. Oh, sorry, it's Cheyenne O'Grady. Whoops. I completely missed that. But good job by Tayamo to escape that sack attempt. Then good job by O'Grady to spin around a few defenders. Quick throw out to let's see, who's that? Josh Franklin. Out of FAU, and they're saying he ran a 4.4 40-yard dash at his pro day. So now 2nd and 6. There's a run for about 4 yards by Emmons, BJ Emmons. Third and 2, they could really do whatever they want here. Run, pass, play action, anything they want. Playbook's really open right now. 3rd and short, 3rd and 2. 11 minutes remain in the second quarter. False start. False start on the right guard of the Bandits. So now that'll back them up. Both times I've said they have an open playbook, or they could really do whatever they want. There was some kind of penalty which backed them up, so now I'd expect them to throw the ball here. 3rd and 7 for the Bandits. Stallions bring some pressure. That is over the middle and almost intercepted. That looked like it was behind the intended receiver. Almost intercepted by number 26 of the Stallions. That is Josh Shaw. Let's see, the intended receiver, yeah, it was behind him and at his feet. And also wasn't looking for the ball. As the Bandits kick it away to Victor Bolden, or actually to the sideline, I should say, because he didn't have a chance to play that ball. And they're going to get the ball at the 27-yard line, it looks like. So, 3-0 Bandits in the second quarter. With 10:32 remaining, the Stallions have the ball at their own 22-yard line. They've still only ran 8 plays so far, so the Bandits' defense has been very, very good so far. One second, I'm just checking something. Okay, never mind. What was I saying? So combined, both defenses have played very well. Only 5 drives in total, only 26 plays in total. Only 62 yards for the Bandits, and 27 for the Stallions. Neither team is averaging over 4 yards per play. So, not great for either side. As I need to go plug my computer in, and I'm not going to even put the Be Right Back screen on because I'm going to be literally right here. You can probably still hear me if I'm talking. So I'm going to go plug in my computer, and I'll be right back. See, I'm just right here. You guys can probably still hear me. I'm back. Alright. But Magoo is under pressure and he's swung down. Sorry, this does not like it's running very smoothly right now. Never mind, it's back. It's back to running very smooth. Nope, not right now. But Magoo goes down for a sack. So this isn't running as smooth as it should be right now. But if you guys have any problems, just let me know, and I can try to fix it. Yeah, looks like it's better right now. Okay. 2nd and 14, Magoo over the middle for Tony Brooks James, breaks the tackle, breaks 2 tackles, gets up to the 29-yard line to bring up a 3rd and 3, sorry. So 3rd and 3 here. Stallions going a little bit faster. They haven't converted a 3rd down yet this game. Magoo now 4 of 5 for 30 yards. Magoo to throw for it. And that is off the hands of Osiris Mitchell, but there is a flag down on the field. It's fine right now. It was lagging though. Yeah, it looks better right now. So still a little bit lower, but still looks like it should be running a little bit smoother than it was, but no, that was not Osiris Mitchell the intended receiver. That was number 8. Sorry, I thought that said 4. That is Michael Darris. Don't remember seeing him in a Stallions game before. There's a run with Tony Brooks James, who gets 6 yards. Good running there by Brooks James to break a few tackles and get up for 6 yards. As he's looked pretty good in his few carries so far. 2nd and 3, Magoo over the middle, caught for about 6 yards, and that is on number 8 again. I forget his name. Let's check. Michael Darris. First and 10 for the Stallions as they get a 1st down. Magoo under pressure. It was a screen pass. Good job by Brooks James to keep his balance and still able to stumble forward for about 4 as Magoo gets up in the background of the play. It was a screen pass, and he took a weird shot. He kind of got sandwiched between 2 defenders. This still doesn't look like it's running extremely smoothly. But it seems like it's okay right now. As that is a run by CJ Marble forward for about 2. And that's going to bring up 3rd and about 3, 2 or 3. 3rd and 3. Magoo 6 of 7 for 40 yards through the air. 3rd and 3 for the Stallions. Quick throw. That is Michael Dearest again, as he gets about 5. Magoo has definitely looked for him a lot so far. This drive, I should say. As let's check how many targets does he have. This is not updated. It says 1 catch for 6 yards. Birmingham is going to score. It definitely looks like they could. This drive has looked a lot better as there is a penalty. Looks like a false start. But so far, the Stallions' drive has looked very good. And they're definitely moving the ball better than they have on any drive. As 1st and 15 after the false start penalty. The left tackle just took off running when they didn't even snap the ball. Checking Michael Dearest' stats again, because it hadn't updated. So there's a run with CJ Marable forward for about 7 or 8 yards. As they're putting everything together this drive. They're running the ball effectively. They've been good through the air. But Michael Dearest now has 2 targets for 11 yards. I feel like he's been targeted more than that. But that's what it says. 2nd and 8 for the Stallions. Magoo. There's a option play. Oh, Magoo kept it. I even said it was an option play. I think he got the first down there, but they're going to mark him short. But I said it was an option play, and I thought he handed the ball off to CJ Marable. But this drive has taken 5 minutes and 45 seconds off the clock, has been 9 plays, 43 yards. This is, I believe, their longest drive yet. 3rd and 1. For the Stallions, there's a run. I don't know if he got there. He got pushed backwards towards the end. But with forward progress, it's going to be really close. So now here's where that chip in the ball could really, really help. Because right now they have, let's see. He is just short. 4th and 1. That they're lining up to go for it right now. As it's another run up the middle, and he didn't get there. He barely even got back to the line of scrimmage. Dang, shut down. Yeah, they just shut them down on those two runs up the middle. This Bandits team has a very good defensive front, which is why, but they have a very good defensive front, and it is tough for anyone to run the ball against them. So, let's check. Before this, the longest Stallion drive was their opening drive at 7 plays. And that took 5 minutes and 16 seconds. This one was 11 plays, 45 yards, 6 minutes, 53 seconds. So now, the Bandits will get the ball back. But they've really been shut down ever since their opening drive, where they went 8 plays for 20 yards, then 6 plays for 25. It was really just a starting field position, because I know you're thinking, wait, 20 yards and a field goal, 25 yards, and they didn't score? No, it was a starting field position. Because when they went 25 yards, they started at their own 20. When they went 20 yards, they started at their own 25. So now, let's see if the Bandits could put together a good drive like the Stallions just had, but then were shut down at the end. So let's see. 1st and 10 for the Bandits at their own 31 with 3:32 remaining in the first half. And inside 2 minutes remaining, as I just got an alert, my connection is back to being very good. So I'm definitely glad to see that. Still doesn't look like it's amazing right now, but it looks much better than it was. Let's see. I think this looks much better than it was. So the Bandits will get the ball. Great stuff. Glad football is back on TV. Yeah, me too. I mean, I just love football so much that even though it's not necessarily the highest quality of football, it's still football. And it's just so much fun to watch. It's my favorite sport to watch. Wait a minute. They marked it a first down? Because now the Stallions have the ball. Oh, I must have seen... When I looked on the where the ball was, it was their 31-yard line. Tampa Bay's 31-yard line. But I didn't realize who had the ball. But they did mark that a first down as Magoo just threw an incomplete pass. So 2nd and 10, as I'm not sure what made them change. Mike Pereira is explaining right now. But yeah, he just finished. They apparently overturned it as Magoo looks to throw, and that is batted down by number 56. I said his name before, but now I don't remember it. That is Travis Freeney, linebacker out of Washington. Now 3rd and 10, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this flag is. So it's a holding. No, personal foul, sorry. Personal foul on the defense, number 6. I know I mentioned him before. Let's see, where is this personal foul? He was just walked up in a block. I guess I sort of see it there. But number 6 is... I can't find him right now. I'll get to him in a second. Quick throw out to Victor Bolden. Bubble screen right there. Like the play call, but Magoo didn't necessarily execute that to perfection. Christian Sam is number 6 on the Bandits defense. But Magoo definitely didn't execute that to as well as he could have. But good catch by Bolden. to get the 6 yards right there. There's a run with Tony Brooks James. Cuts it back to the outside and gets the first down. Good run there by Brooks James. Going back to your comment about shut down, they really weren't shut down. Or unless there was like a play that I completely missed where they like fumbled or something. But I don't know. I'm checking right now. No. First and goal for the Stallions. And we've reached the 2-minute warning. So we will have to wait and see what the first and goal play is. But the Stallions are definitely looking to score their first points of the game. So, if I was the play caller here, I would call a run. They've run the ball pretty well in this drive. And, they just had a good run with Tony Brooks James. Why not give it right back to him? And see if you guys can punch it in. So that's what I would do if I were the Stallions right there. And then second and goal. It really depends on what they do. It really depends on what they do on first and goal. Alright, so this definitely looks like it's back to the quality that it was before. So, much better right now. I don't know why it was not being cooperative before. Oh, first and goal. Sorry, I completely missed that. Looked like they tried to do a quarterback run with Magoo. So now second and goal. Let me check what they did right there because I couldn't quite tell. Second and goal now. Looks like another quarterback sneak. I think Magoo got in, especially with that extra stretch. I think he got in. But yeah, right before that, it was a quarterback sneak with Magoo. And that was weird because typically you see, when you see a quarterback sneak, you don't have 5 wide receivers lined up, and Magoo saw that they were going with they were right up against the center and the guard, so he decided to go between the guard and the tackle and get in. Oh, no, he's not in. His elbow touched down before he stretched that ball across the goal line. So Magoo is not in, as that's going to bring up third and like a few inches. They have a touchdown right now. So this should come back to um back to 6, back from 6 down to 0. But the scoreboard right now says 6, so I'm going to put that up, but it should come back down to 0. Because as they're saying right now, the elbow hit the ground right before he stretched that ball across the goal line. So this should come back. Let's see. Nope, they're going to keep it as a touchdown. Okay. Don't agree with that call, but okay. As the extra point is right down the middle. As the Stallions, they have a really good kicker. I'll get to that in 1 second. As that is now 7-0. 7-3 Stallions. But the Stallions kicker is really good. I'm checking his stats for the season. I don't know if he's missed yet this season. He's been really good. Definitely the best kicker. As now the Bandits are going to get the ball with 1:21 left. So I'm checking the stats for Brandon Arbery. He has not missed yet this season. Four for 4 on field goals. And 100% on extra points. So I believe he's the only kicker in the league that is like that. Because the only other kicker... No. Yeah, I believe he's the only kicker that's perfect. Because I was going to say the only other kicker that could be close to that would be the Stars kicker, who I don't know his name. But I remember he missed a field goal last night. And speaking of that game, the Panthers really need to figure out their kicker. Because he had a 21-yard field goal from the left hash, and he hit it off the left upright. I mean, yeah, I get the guy's a punter, but and you think when someone's kicking a field goal, they have to go and get it up and then distance. I mean, really all he had to do was get it up. Because, I mean, he didn't have to have it go anywhere. I mean, because he had to get it up and then that's about it. So the Stallions set to kick this off. As that ball is fielded and brought up to the 31-yard line. I don't like this drone camera on a kickoff. I don't necessarily hate the idea of having a drone, but it's just not good. Like, I prefer to see like the overhead view like you would on a normal play. Before seeing the drone cam. 1st and 10, 1:14 left. Let's see how the Bandits manage this clock. Teamu to pass over the middle. That is a first. Nope, that is incomplete. Intended for number 85. Cheyenne O'Grady. So now 2nd and 10. So yeah, the clock stops for first downs on the 2-minute warning, but only until they're set. The changer set. Stallions bring pressure. Tayamu escapes, directs traffic, and then decides to take it and run. As he gets about 2 yards. So that'll bring up 2nd and 8. With 1:02 left in the half. So now if the Stallions stop them here, and say it's like a 4th and 4, I would call a timeout for the Stallions and then try to score again before the half, as we've only seen 47 plays this game so far. Neither team is over 100 total yards. 3rd and 8, Tayamu. Oh, good spin move right there by number 11. I don't know what his name is. To get get out of bounds with 56 seconds left in the half, as there's a personal foul on the Stallions. It looked like it's a late hit out of bounds. Let's see. That's what it looked like to me, just looking at it live. Let's see. So he put a good spin move on Brian Allen, and then I don't know. Let's see. So he's pushed out of bounds. I guess they're saying he didn't have to try to trip him up. I don't know. That is Derek Wiles. 1st and 10. Reverse back to Tayamu. Wide open Cheyenne O'Grady. Down to the 9-yard line. So it looked like you were going to run a reverse. So you gave the ball to the running back. Then you had the receiver coming around on the end around for the reverse type. And instead the receiver flipped it right back to Jordan Tayamu. And he then found Cheyenne O'Grady. And now it looks like they're going to be able to put together a scoring drive of some sort before the half. 1st and goal for the Bandits. Tayamu rolls out right. Fires into the end zone. Wow, what a catch. Able to dive for it. But also Rashad Davis, great catch there. Keep the feet in, get control of the ball. Great catch there. I just missed the replay from this pylon cam. Here, let's see it again. Oh, he got down in the end zone. That's close, but I think he's in. 37 seconds remain. So now can Birmingham put something together to go score before the what am I saying? Before the end of the first half. 9-7 at the moment. Waiting on the extra point. Let me get ready in case they make it. But then you never know with these kickers because sometimes it is a miss. As this extra point is right down the middle to make it 10-7 in favor of the Bandits. So again, they have a field goal lead. So now, with the USFL and kickers struggling, so obviously we've seen the USFL not afraid to make rule changes in the middle of the season. But, with the kickers struggling and not being so great, would you wonder if they would consider moving the extra point up? Because right now it is, I don't know where you're snapping it from. Maybe the 15-yard line? I think you snap it from the 15-yard line. because they've already changed the clock stoppage rules on incompletions. 37 seconds left. The Stallions gonna get the ball. They do have 3 timeouts left. If I'm the Stallions, I'm putting something together to go to the half before the half. As that is a kickoff fielded by Victor Bolden at the 20-ish yard line. Doesn't get the corner. Runs out of bounds at the 37-yard line. So now the Stallions do have 3 timeouts remaining, and especially after coming off a great drive like they just had, as there's an injured player down on the field, and that is number 41. But coming off number 41 for the Bandits, coming off that great drive they just had, that is Greg Reeves, a linebacker. So hopefully he's okay. But I want to see the Stallions put together something before the half right now. And, yeah, he looks okay. And, but 31 seconds left. And Magoo and the offense go back onto the field. So now, they have 3 timeouts. The clock stops on first downs. They could really do whatever they want. They don't have to go that far to get into field goal range. Quick swing pass. Nope. Dropped by Tony Brooks-James. And 27 seconds now remain. It only took 4 seconds off the clock. Magoo's still wondering, how did he drop that? As I can get a good look at the crowd now, it seems like there's a pretty decent sized crowd. So now 2nd and 10 from the 38 yard line. Sorry, I almost said 37. Magoo, that is batted down at the line of scrimmage. So now that brings up 3rd and 10. So now that it's 3rd and 10, you don't want to force anything in. Wondering if that was batted down by Reggie Howard, a defensive tackle for the Bandits. But nope, it does look like they're going to throw it. They do have 23 seconds. So now Magoo. 3rd and 10 from the 38 yard line. That is incomplete, intended for number 1. Let's check who that is. So really the only receivers I remember on the Stallions are that's Peyton Ramsey. I know I've said him before. But the 2 receivers I have memorized for the Stallions are number 4, Osiris Mitchell, and number 7, Victor Bolden. 18 seconds now remain. 4th and 10, so that was a very quick drive. There was 3 straight incompletions fielded at the 14-yard line and up to the 22, 23-yard line. So now I prefer that view. If you're going to show something, a different view, I prefer it to be that. As for the Bandits here, I would imagine they're just going to try to run out this clock. There's 8 seconds left. Don't want to do anything too fancy, throw an interception, pick 6, or anything like that. So let's see what they end up doing. And they're just going to take a knee. And we are now at the half with the Bandits up on the Stallions 10-7. So a defensive first half. Whoops. neither team doing amazing offensively. Both looked a little bit better before the start of before the end of the first half, I should say. So that brings us to the half, and I'm going to go take a quick break, very quick, and we will be right back. So, 1 second. Let me just get this. Let's see. Alright, 1 second. Alright, so let me just make this so that it's not gigantic. And I will be right back as this says right now. So, I'm gonna go take a quick break, and I will see you guys back here in 2 seconds. So, I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. So thank you for staying with us. And, so the score... No, I do have it up. Sorry, I thought I took it down. But, so now, two interesting things. One, the Stallions, when Alex Magoo left, Jamar Smith had a great game, or a few great games, when he replaced him. Now, Alex Magoo came back, and we have Jamar Smith sitting because of an illness. So now something I would have wondered is, what would have happened if Magoo came back this week and Smith was fully healthy? What would have happened there? Because then... Oh, sorry, I trying to... Sorry. So now, going forward, I wonder who's going to be the starter for the Stallions. So now, Magoo has his chance to earn his job back if he plays well. So, looking at the stats for each team so far. So, starting off with the Bandits, we have Jordan Teamu is 7 of 11, which is a 63.6 completion percentage for 73 yards and 1 touchdown. Then we have on the ground for the Bandits, they have BJ Emmons, 6 carries for 25 yards, 4.2 yards per carry. Jordan Teamu, 4.8 yards per carry, 4 attempts for 19 yards. And Washington, let me check his first name. Juwan Washington, 1 carry for -4 yards. So, and the leading receiver is Cheyenne O'Grady, 2 catches, 35 yards for the Bandits. Now for the Stallions, they've had Alex Magoo throw the ball 14 times, completing 8 pass attempts, which is a 57.1% completion percentage for 3.6 yards per attempt. Magoo's also their leading rusher. They've only ran the ball 13 times. Well, really, it's about even, but Magoo has taken off and ran a few times. 5 carries, 32 yards for Magoo, and a touchdown. Tony Brooks-James, 2 carries, 15 yards, and CJ Marable, 6 carries for 10 yards. And the Stallions' leading receiver is, Tony Brooks-James, 2 carries, or 2... That is strange. His rushing number and his receiving numbers are exactly the same. Both 2 for 15. But their leading receiver is Victor Bolden with 2 catches for 12 yards. So, I'm going to put out a poll right now, asking guys who will win. So, Bandits up 10-7 at the half. Who do you think will win? That's exactly what it's going to say. So, Stallions or Bandits? So, there we go. That poll is up, so make sure to vote. If you have a score prediction, make sure to put that in the comments. But, so I originally said 28-24. I believe it's a little bit lower scoring than I expected at the half. And it's going to be lower scoring. I still think the Stallions will get the win. Their offense looked a lot better. And now, so if I had to give an updated score prediction, I am going to go, let's see, I still think it's going to be the Stallions, as I just said. But an updated score prediction, it would be... It would be 24-20. So I still think both teams can hit 24. They may even be able to hit 28. But I think it can go either way. So make sure to vote on that poll with who you think will win this game. So the Bandits are currently up 10-7. And now, they're actually they're coming back from the half. So, make sure to vote on that poll, as I will probably end that as soon as, right after the kickoff. So, that looks like it's going to be in a few seconds. And also, comment if you have a score prediction. My score prediction I'm going with is 24-20, still Stallions. So the Stallions will get the ball to start the second half, I believe. Let me check real quick, or I could just wait. But I believe the Stallions are going to get the ball to start the second half, as the Bandits got it to start the first half. Yes, the Stallions will get the ball to start the second half. So make sure to vote on that poll if you did not get a chance to already, as that is fielded by Victor Bolden inside the 10-yard line. Bolden breaks it outside, has a lane, and gets up to the 40. So I'm going to end this poll in about 5 seconds. So make sure if you haven't voted already, you do. And if I do end it and you haven't gotten a chance to vote, just make sure to put your pick in the comments. So I'm going to end this poll right now. Next time, remind me to do it before the half, as that would probably make more sense. So Magoo and the Stallions offense back onto the field. So 75% to the Stallions, 25% to the Bandits. Tony Brooks-James gets the ball to start the second half, and gets forward for about 7 yards. Tony Brooks-James, this guy breaks a ton of tackles, but he's also down on the play. So, hopefully, Brooks-James is okay. And he's actually the backup running back for... Oops, didn't realize there was a poll. I vote Stallions. Oh, okay. So there's another vote for the Stallions. But... for the point differential for the Stallions they're showing right now, their point differential in the first half is -8, as Tony Brooks-James is back onto the field with a slight limp. And then it is like plus 26 in the second half. So they're a second half team. And, so they're a second half team, and let's see if they can do it again today. 10-7 is the score, as that is CJ Marable in the backfield to the left of Alex Magoo. 2nd and 2 for the Stallions. First down at midfield, as it is going to... CJ Marable is going to get it, and he's going to get all the way up to the 39-yard line. As it was I don't know if that was a counter play. Yeah, it looks like a counter play. And then he just did a good job of finding space. And 1, getting the first down. 2, making a few people miss. Or he held up number 20. He held off number 22 long enough to get a few extra yards before he was taken down. There's a quick throw out to, I believe that's Victor Bolden. Yes, it is. And he's kind of carried forward for the first down. And the Stallions offense looks very good to start the second half. As there's another example of where they want to get it in the hands of Victor Bolden, getting it out quickly, not letting his pass rush get home. 1st and 10 now. Magoo changing the play. Pretty even play selection, 15 runs, 18 passes. Magoo give to CJ Marable for about 1.5 yards. So that's going to bring up about 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, depending on how much of the second and 8. So 9 of 15 for 61 yards is Alex Magoo. They've thrown a lot short, safe passes with him so far. I'd like to see them maybe throw the ball a little bit further down the field, because the offensive line has played a little bit better than there's over the head of the intended receiver. And Alex Magoo ended up on his back again. He says, "My bad." I couldn't tell who that receiver was. But, so Magoo rolled out, and there was number 56. I've said his name a few times now. That is Travis Feeney. He was covering. Ooh, that was a big late hit. Magoo, he scrambled. He took a late hit, but a big hit too. 4th and 2. Looks like they're gonna go for this, as I agree with that decision. No, they're not gonna go for it. But with where they are on the field right now, it's a 39-yard field goal attempt. I thought they were. Yeah, he's the only kicker without a miss this season. 39 yards, and it is up and good. Still the only kicker without. I never changed just to quarter 3. Sorry about that. But Brandon Arbery of the Stallions, their kicker, is still the only kicker without a miss. So now that ties the game up at 10. And the Stallions tied it. And so now Jordan Tiamu and the Bandits offense will get to touch the ball for the first time this second half. Go Stallions. Yep, that was another good field goal for them. Their kicker, he is definitely the best kicker in the league, and I don't really think you can debate it. He's the only kicker without a miss. So they really just need to have this kicker kick for everybody. I mean, he's good, whereas all the other kickers are horrible. I mean, the Stars kicker, he's not bad. I saw him go, 4 for 5 last night? And then you have the Panthers kicker, who's really a punter, that they use as a kicker, who can't make a 21-yard field goal. So 10-10 Stallions. And 11-10 remaining in the third quarter. Bandits about to receive the kickoff as soon as we return from this commercial break. So, the Stallions about to kick this away, and the Bandits are about to return it, or as long as it's not a touchback. So Brandon Aubrey, their kicker for the Stallions, was actually a soccer player at Notre Dame where he went to college, and he was an all ACC defender. And this is his only fourth career football game, as he just kicked that for a touchback. And apparently, maybe they want to have some more soccer players come play, cause this guy looks pretty good. This guy kicks touchbacks. He can make deep field goals, or long field goals, I should say. I see your question. I'll get to that in 1 second. Teamu, a little bit of a heavy package here, multiple tight ends, as that is a run with Washington for about 3. Thoughts on the Dolphins? I think the Dolphins are going to be much better this year. They upgraded the offensive line in free agency. They got Tyreek Hill. I think they're definitely going to be a better team. And I'll get to your question in 1 second. 2nd and 7. Another run for about 3 yards, 2 or 3 yards, to bring up 3rd and 5. Watch any hockey. I'm hoping the Maple Leafs can win the Stanley Cup. I do watch hockey. I'm a Ranger fan. They're actually playing right now against the Penguins. The game's tied at 5. And Dolphins will win AFC East. Okay, so I don't think they're that good that they're better than the Bills to win the AFC East, but I would not be surprised at all if they get one of the wildcard spots and finish ahead of the Patriots. 3rd and 5, Teamu dumps it off behind BJ Emmons. And going back to the Stanley Cup for a second, I really think the Rangers should be up 2-0 right now, because I'm not sure if you saw that where Kaapo Kakko got called for goal interference in Game 1, where it went to triple overtime when it really didn't need to go out of regulation. So they should be up 2-0, and they're playing right now in Pittsburgh as the Bandits punt this ball away. That is a short kick, bounces at the 39-yard line. And then Waddle, Hill, Tua, and Gesicki going to surprise the Bills' defense. I think they definitely could surprise the defense. Really, the biggest question mark with the Dolphins right now, they had a good defense last year, is really Tua. And if he can have a good year, I think they could definitely, and if he can show he's a good quarterback, they can be a very good team. They could also, like, they running back is also a question, but then you could also, that's also not necessarily a that important decision. And position. I did see they signed Raheem Mostert, and Chase Edmonds, and there may have been one more. But Mostert can't stay on the field, and Edmonds, he's not bad. I think him and Gaskin could be a good split there. Thoughts on the Florida Panthers in hockey, and should I start watching hockey? So the Florida Panthers, they are a very good team. They won the President's Trophy for the best team in the regular season, and they're playing who are they playing? Washington Capitals in the first round of the playoffs. And regarding should you start watching hockey, That's up to you. If you think you'd like it, give it a try. So my advice to you is give it a try. Why not? It's a fast-paced sport, lots of action. Um, so it's up to you. And Rangers have a great uniform, in my opinion. Yes, I really do like the Rangers jerseys. I definitely like them. With the red and blue, I really like that color combination. So yes, the Rangers, I also like their jerseys. There is Tony Brooks James back in the game after leaving a drive or two ago. But he got up for about 9 yards. I see two more comments. I'll get to them in a second. As the Stallions are going a little bit faster right now. 2nd and 1. Alex Magoo and the Stallions offense, 2nd and 1, play clock winding down, designed option, and hit in the backfield. There was really nowhere to go with that. Keep it or pitch it. To Tony Brooks James, it really nowhere to go. Probably would have gotten no gain, like they did anyway. I don't necessarily hit the play call. I would have ran it to the wide side of the field and flipped the play. Really the only thing I would have done differently if I was Alex Magoo right there is pitch the ball, then you wouldn't be taking that hit. As there's another time they try to go up the middle to get that first down on 3rd or 4th and 1, as Tony Brooks James is shaken up again. And the Bandits defense just smothered it. So now that's 4th and 1 at about midfield. I'm going for this from the Stallions. So hopefully Tony Brooks James is okay. I think he's been the better looking back tonight. He looked, in my opinion, he's looked much better than CJ Marable. As let's see what happened here. Oh, he took a big hit by number 42. 42 on the Bandits is Antonio Reed, a safety out of Nebraska. Now, getting to the comments, thoughts on the Bruins. They're playing the Hurricanes right now. They're a very well-coached team. They're a good team. I don't know, like, a ton about the Bruins. But I know they were the 4th playoff team in the Atlantic Division. Taking on the Hurricanes right now, 2-1. They're down in the series 2-1. I do have them losing that series. And elite hand-eye coordination in ice hockey. Yeah, definitely very good and hand-eye coordination needed. Because, like, you can't be looking down at the puck. You're going to get drilled. Especially when you have someone who's good at deflecting the puck. Being a Ranger fan, I know Chris Kreider is very good at that. He scored 52 goals this regular season, I believe. And then fastest game I can think of. Yeah, hockey is a very, very fast-paced sport. Of the 4 major sports, it's definitely the 4 major sports is definitely the fastest paced. Yeah, Kreider broke 50. Let me check. I'm checking how in the regular season he scored. Wow, that is extremely helpful. They give assists and points, but not goals. I think it was 52 for Crater. And 4th and 1, they're actually going to kick this away. I would not. I would go for this. As that is a great punt, goes out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Good punt there for the Stallions. I see a few more comments, which I'll get to in a minute. I just want to figure out how many. Oh, going back to the Florida Panthers real quick, I just saw they lost 6-1 today. And they're now down 2-1 to the Capitals in the series. Avalanche are up 3-0 on the Predators, as they have such a high-scoring offense. Chris Kreider scored 52 goals this season. Super tough as well, obviously. Hockey is a very tough sport. As Scooby Wright is in on the tackle there. What was I saying? Yeah, hockey is a very difficult sport, because with you have to know how to skate, good hand-eye coordination, as you pointed out before. What is the amount of goals for a hockey player equivalent to an NFL quarterback throwing for 4,000 yards? I don't know. Because not a ton of quarterbacks throw for 4,000 yards, but a good amount. So there's another run with B.J. Emmons, tries to fake out a defender, but doesn't really do anything. Gets forward for about 4 yards. I'll get back to your question about the goals in a second, and then go for it in that situation. I would have too. 4th and 1 at midfield, I mean, I definitely would have gone for it. And I don't know, I would probably say somewhere around 40 to 45 goals. Just off the top of my head real quick. Third and 7 here for the Bandits. Teamu to throw for it. Nope. Pre-snap penalty. So going back to your question about the goals, I know 50 goals is quite the accomplishment, but it's not. It's a little bit more rare than something like 4,000 yards. 3rd and 10 here for the Bandits. They look like they're just going to run the ball with B.J. Emmons, who avoids getting tackled at the 1, but instead gets tackled at the 2. So with the 4,000 yards for a quarterback, I'd say probably something like 40 to 45 goals is the equivalent of scoring-wise for a hockey player. Or point-wise, I guess you can put it, as that's a combination of goals and assists. I would say it's definitely 100 points. Something just popped behind me. I don't know what that was. Don't know if you guys heard that. There's a personal foul after the play. Unnecessary roughness number 51 for the Bandits. Let's see. I don't know where he is. But now they're punting at the back of the Bandits at the back of their own end zone. Stallions bring pressure. They do get it off. Fielded at the 50-yard line by Victor Bolden. Ooh, took a big hit at the end of that. No. So he got... There was a big hit, but it wasn't Victor Bolden, because he just popped up with the ball. I was like, wait, what? So 10-10 in quarter number 3. Time left. I was just going to get to that. 5:53 in the third quarter. The guy took out his own player. He went to go put a big hit, and he put a big hit on someone, and instead he hurt his own player. That is Travis Feeney, who I've mentioned, I feel like, a few times. He put a big hit on number 22 for the Bandits, who is number 22. Let's figure out who that is. Anthony Sifoli. He's a safety out of Rutgers. You're welcome, by the way. And you say go Bandits? It could definitely go either way, because it is a tie game right now. Neither quarterback over 100 yards. Both have over 20 on the ground and 1 total touchdown. So now, really when going for it before, in that 4th and 1 situation for the the Stallions, they had, they really just played the field position game right there, and then they now have the ball back at a better spot. Victor Bolden lined up in the backfield there, as there's a handoff to CJ Marable, who gets forward for about 1.5 yards. Could this game have playoff implications? Or could have playoff implications, big game. So now, with the season only being 10 games, it really is, a lot of these games, as we get later into the season, do have playoff implications, because these two teams are, I think there's really 3 worthy teams. And no offense to the Gamblers or any Gamblers fan, but I think they're the worst team in the South. And there's 3 teams, the Bandits, the Breakers, and the Stallions, that could really make the playoffs from the South, but only 2, as Magoo goes down at the 32-yard line. As that guy, number 55, is hurt. That is Michael Scott. Hopefully he's okay. But with the season only being 10 games, some of these games definitely could have playoff implications. And because I think the South Division will be very, very competitive. 3rd and 14, Magoo takes a shot over the mid. Oh, and that's dropped by, I believe that is Victor Bolden. Hit him, put the ball right where it needed to go on the numbers, and Bolden just dropped it. But now Brandon Aubrey's back on to kick a field goal. Hit Bolden right, hit him right in the arms, and he dropped it. 49-yard attempt. This could be his first miss, and it is up and good. Wow, this kicker is the greatest kicker of all time. So the Stallions kicker, Brandon Aubrey. He is by far the best kicker in the USFL. Bad drop right there by Victor Bolden, especially for someone who's such a good receiver. It's not a good drop right there. So now, 13-10, Stallions over the Bandits in the third quarter with Let me check how much time is remaining. 3:36 left in the third quarter. And the Stallions being a second half team, it really does show. Because they've had... Oh no, just closed something I didn't want to. But with the Stallions being a second half team, it does show because they've scored, 6 points to the Bandits 0 in the second half so far. So they've outscored them 6-0 so far in the third quarter, or the second half. Shows the importance of a good kicker. Yeah, he's definitely so important to the Stallions. Because, I mean, while they do have a very, very good offense, I mean, you can't score a touchdown on every possession. So having a field goal kicker that is really good, and that's not going to leave points out there on the field, is definitely key. So now Jordan Ta'amu and the Bandits offense will come back onto the field. As they're showing the road to Canton, Ohio, which is where the playoffs and championship will be played, so now, I do not agree with this anymore. I was like, oh, play it at the home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Yeah, why not? Yeah, not anymore. I mean, look, the Stallions can fill a crowd. Why would you move it? The Stallions are, unless they have, a horrible collapse, they're going to be in the playoffs. And they're able to fill a stadium as that kick is headed right out of bounds. Nope. Bounces right into the arms of their kick returner. But now, I understand they wanted to have it in a different place, but it's really not close to any of the team's homes. And, I mean, look at this. The Stallions are able to fill a crowd, or partially fill a crowd. You definitely see the biggest turnout whenever the Stallions are playing. So why would you move it away from Birmingham when the Stallions are able to fill or partially fill a stadium right now? I mean, people may be even interested to see. Think about this. If the Stallions make the championship game, one, you can get some new USFL fans as Ta'amu goes down for a loss of about 6. You can have potentially a crowd like the opening game of 17,000 people. Because I think they just need to move these back to Birmingham. Or maybe they want to go move them to the home stadium of each team. I don't hate that idea either. But if the Stallions make the playoffs, they need to move him back to Birmingham. As Matthew Burrell Jr. is down for the Bandits, so hopefully he's okay. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you think they need to move it back to Birmingham. Because, so, if the Stallions make the championship game, then, one, you could have some people saying, you could have the real Stallion fans saying, no way, my team's in the championship, I'm gonna go support them. And you have some other people who may be like, well, they may not live around Birmingham, and they may be like an hour or two away. But I think they need to move it to Birmingham, because if it's the championship game and the Stallions are in it, you could have a pretty good sized crowd. Are the Bandits a second half team? I don't know. Let me check. Well, the Bandits is going to be lopsided because of their lopsided loss against the Breakers. So let me check. The Bandits, just by thinking, I actually think they're more of a first half team. Yeah, they scored. So their first half point differential after week 1 is 17, and their second half point differential is -3. After week 2, their first half point differential is -1. Second half point differential becomes -16. And after last week, first half point differential -7. Second half point differential is... What did I say the second half was before? Because they scored 10 points in... I don't remember what I said. But maybe compared to like first and second half. But, I don't know. They're a pretty balanced team, not like a drastic difference like the Stallions. Next season, they should have a season on the West Coast. Like, play the entire season there, as this is not something you want to see. The guy who was down, he's going to be carted off the field. So, obviously, you wish him the best. So, next season, I think the plan is they're going to have all the teams play in their home stadiums. I believe that is the plan. But you wouldn't want to put it on the West Coast, because there's no West Coast team. There's no team west past Michigan, right? I think they're all East Coast teams. Because you got New Jersey, Philly, Pittsburgh, Michigan. Then you've got Tampa, Birmingham, New Orleans, and... Who's the fourth team? Houston. Oh, so Texas, I guess it is. There is Teamu finding number 13. Number 13 for the Bandits is Vinny Papel. Each team should have their own home stadium. No, it would cost too much money. Dome. You're saying they should have a dome stadium? But I'll get to that in a second. 3rd and 2 here for the Bandits. Stallions bring some pressure, and that is dropped by the running back, number 28, B.J. Emmons. So each team next season a stadium on the West Coast. But I understand what you're saying. It would cost too much money, but I think it's the plan. I'll get to that right after this plays. There's a punt fielded by... Oh! Muffed by Victor Bolden. But he is able to re-corral it and then go get up for a few yards. Getting back to your comments. Um, but I understand what you're saying about how it would cost too much money. But I believe the plan was. I could try to see if I can find anything. I believe it was play all the games in Birmingham to save money. One to come back for week two and year two, and then it would also. So one have come back for week two, year two, sorry, and which I sure hope they do. But as Magoo goes and fires batted down at the line of scrimmage. To come back for week two, and to also have enough money where you can go play at the other at-home stadiums. Um, Next season, sorry, read that already. High school teams have their own stadium or playing field. Yes, they do, but high school teams are also different than professional football like this. I believe they actually have home stadiums, as there's a strike to Victor Bolden and a white flag. But now, surely can they organize something? Are they that poor of a league? I just think they're trying to save money by doing this season, and then come back next season. Because you have to keep in mind that they have to pay all these players, referees, the coaching staff. As there's a good pass to Victor Bolden up to the 35-yard line. But I think they're probably going to go to the home stadiums. As I don't know if they've announced home stadiums each for each team. Because, I mean, you would think you would know of the home stadiums in the, like, where you would think of it as, like the Generals would play at MetLife. And, like, the Stallions, they would obviously play here. But, like, you don't really know where the other teams would play. I don't think they've actually announced stadiums for them. Yeah, they don't have. I don't think they've announced actual home stadiums. But I mean, like, you would have to imagine that the Generals would play at MetLife. The Bandits would probably play at Raymond James Stadium. But, like, I don't know if they would play. The Stallions would play here. I don't know, but hopefully the point is there's new stadiums and like home stadiums next year. And so Stallions are up 13-10 right now. So I'm going to put a poll out. Stallions 13-10 heading into the fourth. Who gets the win? And then Stallions or Bandits. So that poll should be posting right now. Should be posting. Do you think the USFL will have a draft session, obviously by less rounds and picks, or do you think it will be whoever signs? I've kind of been wondering that myself, and I will get right back to that 1 second after the play, as the Stallions called a timeout to prevent the play clock from hitting 0. So I don't know. I've wondered that because maybe they could have. I don't know. I mean, I think that would be a good idea, but would you have people say, because nobody says, as much as I love the USFL, because it's football and I just love watching football, nobody says, oh boy, when I grow up, I really want to play in the USFL. No, everyone dreams of playing in the NFL. So, like, would you have enough players or people wanting to play in the USFL and actually declaring for, like, the USFL draft? As there's Marlon Williams, the first time I've called his name today. So, make sure to vote on that poll of who you think will get the win heading into the fourth quarter. I'm going to end that poll in, like, 2 minutes. So make sure to vote if you haven't already. Second and 5 from the Tampa Bay Bandits 30 for the Stallions. Magoo to pass over the middle again from Marlon Williams. He had a long touchdown last week. And he's pushed forward by a defender for a first down. Skip Holtz's coaching bio: 22 seasons as a college football head coach, 8 bowl game wins, and 6 straight winning seasons at Louisiana Tech. So I'm going to end that poll in a minute, so make sure to vote if you haven't already. And if you have a score prediction, make sure to put that in the comments. There's a draw play for CJ Marable, tripped up behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. Thoughts on where Baker Mayfield will end up this season team-wise? I don't know. The Panthers, they drafted Matt Corral. The Seahawks, they said they're not really going to be trading for a quarterback. I mean, I think there's a good chance he stays in Cleveland. Magoo over the middle, just over the linebacker. That is incomplete. Alright, I'm going to end this poll. Because when you look at the teams, several of these teams address their quarterback need in free agency. Because when you go through team by team, you have a lot of teams that don't need a quarterback, drafted a quarterback. Like, nobody in the AFC East needs a quarterback. As, yes, that ball's incomplete. Then the AFC North, the Steelers have their two guys in Trubisky and Pickett. And that is all off the hands of number 5 on the Tampa Bay Bandits defense. Number 5, that is TJ Neal, a linebacker. Not a good decision right there by Alex Magoo. So now, the Stallions on for another field goal. Oh, he missed his first of the year. The Stallions actually missed a field goal. Oh, I went to go change it. I do have to change it. It's the fourth quarter. Just missed it there as the score stays 13-10. So, I mean, Baker, I think he's probably going to end up staying in Cleveland. They could do drafts something like the NBA draft. What do you mean? Where they're eligible to come out of college after 1 year? To maybe try to get some more players thinking they could go pro rather than go pro after 1 year rather than waiting for the NFL to 7 or after a few seasons in college. I think they could do something like that. But now really the question really is, would enough people really want to leave college after 1 year when they think they could potentially be good enough to play a few more seasons in college and then go to the NFL? And another thing with college football is it's different than college basketball because there's not a ton of freshmen that play. I mean, obviously there's freshmen that play, but college basketball, it's different with the recruits and stuff like that. Because you have all these players that are already projected first round picks, lottery picks, all that stuff like that. And so I definitely think they could do something like that, but would they really have enough interest in having people leave college after 1 year, especially when they may not have played a ton in college their first year, to go to the USFL rather than stay a year or another 2 years? So I think they could. I'll get to the rest of the comments in 1 second. Tayamu to throw for on first down. Number 4, I believe that is Derek Dillon, gets forward for about 6 yards. Come on, Stallions. Like 4 rounds each team. 2 picks. Orders randomized by a lottery. Oh, so 2 picks per round? I guess you could do that. And then, hi. If you're just joining us, we have a 13-10 game on our hands as Derek Dillon races down the sideline. Time, there is 11:55 left in the fourth quarter. So, 13-10 Stallions. 11:30 6 remaining. Clock's running right now. 1st and 10 for the Bandits at the Stallions' 47-yard line. Low snap picked up by Tayamu. Airs it out downfield to the 20-yard line. Incomplete. He was looking for number 11. I forget what his name is. Derek Willies. As I just missed what happened there. Oh, Tayamu must have scrambled for a 1st down. Now we have 11 minutes remaining. Let's see, this was either a quarterback draw or a scramble. I think it looks like a quarterback draw to me. He got about 9, maybe 10 yards. First and 10 for the Bandits. Tayamu pump fakes once, escapes the pressure, and is going to take off and run for another play. And he gets about 4, maybe 5 yards as we approach 10:37 remaining. Second and 5 for the Bandits. As Jordan Tayamu is actually their rushing leader with 6 carries for 36 yards. Second and 5. Here's a carry for B.J. Emmons, who gets forward for about 4. Third and 2 now for the Bandits. They're only 1 for 7 on 3rd downs. So really they can do whatever they want here. So I've said that twice before. And now they've had penalties. But let's see if there's another penalty on this one to back them up. 3rd and 2. No penalty. It is a run that went nowhere. And I don't think going backwards is a good move. And that is a massive loss. Hit in the backfield, and then Brian Allen brought him down back at the 40-yard line of the Bandits. So they snapped this ball on the other side of midfield, I believe. It's never really a good idea to reverse field like that when you have a lot of defenders right there. Let's see. What was that a loss of? That brings up 4th and 13, so a loss of 11. And the Bandits have now called their first timeout with 8:41 remaining. 4th and 13, it looks like they're going to kick this ball back to the Stallions. Wait, wait a minute. How are they kicking a field goal? This is like... I'm confused. A 58-yard field goal attempt. Oh, did they give him forward progress? They must have given him forward progress. It's now 58 yards and no good. But no, there was no timeout called. So, Stallions still up 13-10. That was a long field goal attempt. That was no good. So now, how much time is left? 8:36 remaining. As the Stallions will get the ball back. And so both quarterbacks are their leading rushers for their respective teams. Magoo, 8 carries for 45 yards. Tayamu, 6 carries for 34 yards. So now you'd probably expect them to run the ball here. And try to chew out some of this clock. Should have punted. Potentially, where were they? They were... I don't know what they marked that as, because it seemed like he lost a ton of yards. They gave him an 11-yard loss. They were at the 40 on 4th and 13. I don't know, because now you're giving the ball to the Stallions on the 48-yard line. Definitely either way. It could definitely... But I probably would have kicked the field goal. I mean, it's a 50... Was that a 56-yarder or a 58-yarder? No, I don't remember. 58. I would have tried to kick it. As in, kick the field goal. I mean... It was... Yeah, I would have kicked the field goal. You either try to get points or you play the field position game. I don't know. I think I would have tried to get the points right there. 1st and 10 for Alex Magoo and the Stallions. Magoo hands it off to CJ Marable, who cuts it outside and gets forward for up to the 40... I don't remember what that was. Something yard line of the... But the Stallions are 2nd and 4, and they're 3 yards short of their season average in rushing yards. Typically, they have 120 rushing yards. Today, right about there at 117 rushing yards. CJ Marable is the back. Looks like they got away with the potential to weigh a game right there. And Marable up for about a yard. No gain, maybe? 3rd and 4 here. So with the way the first run went, I don't necessarily hate the idea of running the ball right here. But I think it's too early to try to grind out some clock. As I would throw the ball, as that is what they're going to do. As Alex Magoo winds up in with no one around him in the empty formation. Magoo, quick slant, knocked away. Good coverage there by number 9 on the Bandits. That was... Let's see who that was. Rennell Hall, cornerback out of UCF. I thought they were further back. Yeah, I thought they were further back too, because they only gave him a loss of 11, but it seemed like he went back like 20 yards. So 4th and 4 now for the Stallions, as they're gonna punt this away. As they're going to mark that ball at the 16-yard line. Thoughts on the Dolphins draft? The Dolphins draft, they didn't really... I did my draft grades, so... let me see what I gave them. But they had a pretty good draft. I know they didn't have a first round pick with the Tyreek Hill trade. But overall, for what they did, I think so yeah, I gave them a C plus because I'd never really heard of any of their players. They drafted a quarterback in Skylar Thompson, and that's the only reason I'd heard of him, because he was a quarterback. Dolphins selected the fastest linebacker in the draft. Let me pull up their draft class. Six minutes and 40 seconds remain. And I'll get back to the comment in 1 second. But there's a play action. Tayamu escaping pressure, and yeah, he looked like he was going to take off and run, but he didn't have the right angle, so instead he got shoved out of bounds. The Dolphins selected fast linebacker in the draft. I know they only had 4 picks. They selected Channing Tindall, who I don't know if I'm going to be able to say this guy's name correctly. Eric Azukama, Cameron Goody, and Skylar Thompson. So which linebacker are you referring to? And then going back to your thing about they essentially got Tyreek Hill in the first round. Didn't they also give up something else for him? Too? And Tayamu gets sacked back at the 8-yard line. It was a first, second, and fourth, plus 4 and 6 in 2023. So, they really got Tyreek Hill for the first and second round pick. As the Bandits punt this ball away, flag is thrown. Wow, that is a big punt. Victor Bolden picks it up, and he's just going to run with this and get as much yards as he can. But that was a ridiculous punt. He kicked that from the middle of his own end zone, and Victor Bolden picked that up at the 10-yard line of the Stallions. There is a flag down on the play. Tyndall, okay. Let's see what this flag is. Holding on the kicking team. So it's half the distance to the goal, and they're going to replay this. Tyndall, linebacker speed 4.4. Wow, that's pretty fast for a linebacker. No wonder he's the fastest linebacker in the draft. That is great speed for a linebacker. So now they're going to punt this ball again. Right now the punter's standing outside of the end zone. So, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be standing back there when he receives the snap. That is kicked away. It is another good kick, fielded at the 38-yard line. Bolden with a good return up to the 35-yard line of Tampa Bay. Your favorite XFL team for the one that's coming next year, or the one that was in 2020? My favorite 2020 XFL team was the New York Guardians. And there's no New York, New Jersey, whatever team for the XFL coming next year, so I don't really know who I'm going to be rooting for then. The XFL teams are... Well, they haven't announced the teams yet, right? Well, there's a Dallas team, an Orlando team, San Antonio, Seattle, St. Louis, one second. But that is a run with CJ Marble for about 10 yards. You think it's the same? No, I saw different cities. I remember seeing it's 2nd and 1 for the Stallions. Magoo with CJ Marble in the backfield. And handoff to Marble, and he gets the first down. Got about 2 yards. If it's the same teams, then... If it's the same teams, then I'll definitely be a New York Guardians fan. You're a Vipers fan. I see a theme there, the Florida teams. Dolphins, now Vipers. And they're going to have to call a timeout here as the play clock winds down to 0 or 1. Magoo had to go tell somebody to line up correctly. And Birmingham has to spend their second timeout with 3:09 remaining. I know I saw some cities for the XFL 2023. Alright, apparently it is the same. But I thought they were different. Maybe they're just moving the cities? CJ Marble runs for about 6. Vipers fan, Dolphins fan, Panthers fan, and Marlins fan. So I see the theme there. Shot block on the Stallions said I'll come back. Your favorite XFL team was the Battlehawks. And you're also a Bandits fan, okay? But my favorite teams are all New York, New Jersey teams. So, baseball, we got the Yankees. Hockey, we got the Rangers. Football, Giants. USFL. Generals. XFL, it was the... XFL, it was the New York Guardians. 1st and 25, fake draw play, and that is a strike to Victor Bolden, I believe that is. Yup, Victor Bolden. Oh, are you talking about the same quarterback for the Generals and Guardians? Because Luis Perez is on both. So, going back to my favorite teams, I don't really watch that much basketball. I'm not really a big basketball big basketball fan. Um, and you're also an Alabama fan. So my favorite college football team is actually Notre Dame, as there's a good pass to number 14, as I don't know who that is. He may be the backup tight end, because I know the starter is out with an illness. That is Sage Surratt. Oh, for the Bandits and Battlehawks. Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, Jordan Tayamu. I actually think he's probably the best quarterback in the USFL, and he was also very good in the XFL. So your favorite teams are Bandits, Dolphins, Marlins, Vipers, Heat for basketball, and Alabama for college sports. Okay. So now there is 156 remaining, as the Stallions have a first and goal, looking to potentially put this thing away. If they score and convert on the extra point, this makes it a 10-point game, which is a 2-possession game, even where you have a potential for a 3-point conversion. So that means you could score 9 in one possession, but not 10. Where did the guy from Houston XFL go? You mean PJ Walker? He's now a backup for the Carolina Panthers. I believe he's still on the Panthers. I know he was on the Panthers last year. Yeah, he plays for the Panthers right now. He's a backup. How many timeouts? Tampa, they have... Bandits have 2 timeouts. Stallions have 1. Yeah, PJ Walker, he was really good in the XFL. First and goal from the 7-yard line. Handoff to CJ Marable. Got stuffed at the line of scrimmage. So now the Bandits, I think they're still a really good team. Even they're playing a close game against another really good team. PJ Walker is the best Panther quarterback. Maybe, probably not. He may be better than Sam Darnold. I don't know if he's better than Matt Corral. I did not watch the AAF. Back when that was around, I was not, like, I was still, like, a football fan, but, like, I wasn't really into spring leagues like I am now, with the XFL and the USFL, as there's a run up to the 3-yard line, and a timeout is taken by the Bandits. 3rd and goal, big play coming up here. But, like, I've heard of the AAF before, and, like, but I didn't watch them. Like, if they were around now, I definitely would have watched them. So now, 1:10 left in the game. Birmingham at the 3-yard line. handoff to CJ Marble, and Magoo got sacked. No, he didn't hand it off. That guy almost ripped his jersey off, too. Yeah, that was a big stop right there. And the Bandits now spend their final timeout. If they can somehow force a miss on this field goal, whether it's a block or just have this guy get lucky and miss again, that would be huge for the Bandits. That's a big sack right there. He almost pulled his jersey off. As I said that before. Here's umpire cam. I don't know if that was supposed to be a read option, or if it was a play action play. But 56 for the Bandits. Travis Feeney. I've said his name a million times today, and I still can't remember it. The Stallions kicking a field goal. Their kicker, Brandon Aubrey, has missed. Just coming off his first miss, this is a 26-yard field goal attempt. And knowing him, it should be very easy for him because he is the best kicker in the USFL. It is right down the middle, lined up in between both hashes. The kick is up and good. So 59 seconds remain for the Stallions to... the Bandits to come back and hand the Stallions their first loss. As you're showing, the Stallions defense had a great night. Season average in points, they've only got 10 points. Their season average is 21. A lot less passing yards and rushing yards. Only 1 for 9 on third downs and 4 sacks. I mean, there's still a chance. I mean, there's definitely still a chance. There's 59 seconds left. I was just about to say that. 59 seconds left for Tayamu and the Bandits. I think there's definitely a chance. As out to kick it away are the Stallions. And now the Bandits will return this. That is Derek Dillon the returner? Yeah, it is. Derek Dillon is their kick returner. I just realized that. So 55 seconds left, and the Bandits will get the ball at their own 43-yard line. So great starting field position. And now can Tayamu come down and lead a potential tying or winning touchdown drive? So they're going to need at least a touchdown, and to win it, they would need to make the extra point, which is never a given here in the USFL where kickers have a lot of trouble. 1st and 10, Tayamu batted down at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. 51 seconds now remain. So now remember, inside 2 minutes, the clock does stop on first downs until the change are set. Touchdown time. Yep, they're going to need a touchdown if they want to have a chance to tie this game. 6-point game right now. Tampa Bay has 0 timeouts left. Stallions have 1 timeout remaining. Fake screen, Tayamu. Dumped too low. Bandits have no timeouts left. The Stallions have 1 timeout left. The Maulers should sign me. I eat chicken salad. They could use anyone. They look horrible so far. They just lost today to my favorite team, the Generals. And now they're 0-4. As here we have one of the biggest plays of the game so far, a big 3rd and 10. So now here, who knows? Just, oh, big hit, tackled inbounds. Now you got to get up and get this quickly. Big tackle by Brian Allen. 4th and 8, 30 seconds left. Clock is running right now. No timeouts for the Bandits. Now 24 seconds left. 4th and 8. If I'm throwing this ball, it has to go beyond the line of scrimmage. False start. So now that could also be false start. And that's also a 10-second runoff. So that's going to be 7 seconds left. And that's going to do it for... It should be a 10-second... Yep. There was a 10-second runoff. 7 seconds left. So they're going to need some kind of miracle. Fourth and 12. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. As the Stallions remain undefeated and take down the Bandits to move to 4-0 on the USFL season. Yeah, they would have needed a Miami miracle. Definitely. But a Birmingham miracle. So the Stallions now remain undefeated. They move to 4-0. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And, I hope to see you again in the future. And, oh, before you go real quick, for all you guys, next week's stream, so since there's no at-night game, there's no Saturday night game that we've been doing, it is, so, next week's games, week 5, there's the Bandits and the Panthers on Friday night. There's the Generals and Breakers Saturday afternoon at 3. Then there's the Stallions and Stars Sunday. And then the Maulers and Gamblers at 4 on Sunday. So, next week, the game we will be doing a live watch party for will be the Generals against the Breakers. So I hope to see you guys there. So that'll be about 2:50 next Saturday. Instead of having it be a night game, it will be 2:50 Eastern Time for the Generals Breakers game. Hopefully the Breakers win tomorrow to make it 2 3-1 teams. And I hope to see all you guys there. How do I try out for the Maulers? I'll play for $1,000. I don't think you can, like, try out. I don't know. That's gonna do it. If you have any questions regarding anything, make sure to put them in the comments, and I will... Bandits sweep Maulers. They only play them once. But, I'll try my best. I sub, so I'll keep a lookout. So, thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you there. And, that's gonna do it for this live stream. Thank you guys for joining me. So thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Turn that bell on so you don't miss whenever I post a new video or whenever we do another live watch party like this. So make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I do my best to post as often as possible. And I will see you guys in the next video.